But that's actually hilarious what you just said. Can you repeat that?
Yeah, I was just saying that in my class previously, a lot of students were nervous and anxious because they were giving presentations for Project 3. And I noticed this over here, and I didn't know what it was for, but I noticed some students with their heads down, and I wanted to tell them, like, you can take a break and decompress in here, but then I saw the sign that said,
don't touch. Yeah, exactly. And it's just really funny that you as a teacher like recognize, hey, yeah, maybe we could use that.
Literally.
That was freaking hilarious. That's the point of it. Yes.
Totally the point. And I've noticed most of my students, it's a theme in almost every project about mental health, stress, anxiety, overwhelm. And it's it's so hard to sit here and listen to that. And yes, we have art to express it, but it's do we have real fixes?
Do we have like functional spaces to really cope with it?
Yeah.
Because art's the outlet, but there's other ways to neglected coping mechanisms. I feel is this that bother me.
I like that.
Yeah.
Because I worked in corporate America and I worked for Amazon for a while.
I'm sorry for you. Sorry for that experience.
I worked at corporate in Amazon, and a lot of companies will say, we have a corporate culture of, and you fill in the blank, whatever.
Sure.
And I used to like to say the corporate culture of Amazon is autism. Every meeting, one person was clicking, the other person was tapping, the other person was arranging everything. Literally everybody on staff, in that entire company, has autism.
That's stemming, right?
Because it makes them
Stemming,
because it often makes them so gifted. And I'm not saying this. I'm not trying to generalize, but a lot of them end up incredibly great at programming, but have zero ability to interact with other humans.
Right. So having access to certain things that benefit different types of people.
Yeah,
obviously.
but it just shows you how widespread it is. That
Sure.
it's identifying as a corporate culture.
Yeah.
That's how many people are.
I almost wanted to hand out, because I have a fidget. I usually have it. I didn't bring it today, but I have it in my pocket. So when I'm teaching,
I'll give them your keys, the
I'll,
kids do.
I'll do that, outside of my phone, and I fidget with it in my pocket.
Yeah.
So it's not visible, right? But I almost want to hand out fidgets to people because I see them stemming and ticking, and I'm just we think it's okay.
Yeah. My thing is I'm a neuroscience and anthropology major, and that's what I'm going in is neuroanthropology, because I put a lot of focus and attentiveness to these kind of things working with students myself.
Sure.
And my thing is being in also corporate business owning and management. My thing about it is what if the fact that we don't have this those spaces to outlet neglected coping mechanisms? What if that's processes and making us delayed or unable, the procrastination and all the other things that are those triggering things, the stemming, etc., keeping us from being optimal, productive at work.
Totally. That's an
Yes.
interesting perspective.
Yeah.
I wish I could take this class because it's all focused around that, right?
Yeah, disability perspectives. We had to do things where we couldn't paint with our hands, or how to use our feet or our mouth or anything else, be creative with it, how people without the use of their hands or stuff would do so. Awkward positions, being confined to a bed, blah, 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 painting, stuff like that.
Does it also include invisible disabilities?
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's the first basic thing she taught us. 25% of all 20-year-olds, so a quarter of all 20-year-olds that are alive today, will have a disability by the time they're 65. So people go, wait, what? And you're I always say, just go to Walmart. How many scooters do they have?
Yeah.
Do they have one, or do they have a fleet of them?
Yeah.
Each one of those people have some form of disability. Now you could say, well, that person's obese, but that's a form of disability.
Yeah.
Or, and obviously they don't have anything for mental disabilities, but clearly they're there as well.
You should definitely sit in on Tuesday and Thursdays at 5:30 with Dr. Blinkhorn. And what was your name again, by the way?
I'm Alex Mari.
Alex Mari, and
Yes.
you're a professor here at Georgia State.
Yes, I teach. I think it's actually Blinkhorn's also teaching Intro Studio,
Yes,
but
that's-
just in a different perspective, right? I'm also a performance artist,
Yes.
Jessica. I've met Jessica once before, but we're both performance artists.
Yeah.
So my class is just kind of foundations of performance. So we look at time, sound, body, audience, right? All of the pillars of performance art, and I kind of branch them together for each project. But yeah, I think Jessica explained that to me. I saw her in, what is it, Spankbox,
yes, at the art fair.
Yes,
that was really cool. I got to see it on Instagram, but it was really, I wish I was there. I was working.
It was so cool. I didn't get to see the performance, which is what I really wanted to see, but with a pup.
Yes.
I was this
The concept was a gimp walking a gimp.
Oh my god. I don't know. It's just brilliant. It's brilliant. She's doing some really great work. in Atlanta and beyond. I know a lot of work is in New York.
Yeah, no, for real.
But it was a really great meeting. What was your name?
My name is Kat Baru in this video, but